A law firm representing the families of 30 Venezuelans deported from the U.S. to El Salvador is asking that country's Supreme Court to judge the legality of their detention. The Venezuelans were sent to El Salvador's so-called mega prison, CCOT, as part of a deal with Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele. The law firm filed a habeas corpus lawsuit Monday asking the court to prove their detention was justified. It comes after the U.S. sent 238 Venezuelans to El Salvador, accusing them of being members of the Tren de Aragua gang. On Monday, lawyer Jamie Ortega told reporters outside the court that while they are only representing 30 of the Venezuelans, they'd request habeas corpus for all of them.
First, they should be immediately released, and failing that there should be an orderly and systematic transfer and repatriation as required by our immigration laws. Our immigration law is fabulous. It is an excellent law. This legislation should be applied to the 238.
Ortega said that his firm had been asked to represent the migrants by Venezuela's government as well as family members. On Tuesday, the migrants' relatives marched for their release in Venezuela's capital, Caracas. This woman says her detained grandson was deceived, telling her before his flight that he was going to Venezuela, not El Salvador. In the U.S., the case has emerged as a major test of U.S. President Donald Trump's sweeping assertion of executive power. Some 137 of the group were deported under an obscure U.S. wartime law targeting alien enemies that was quickly blocked by U.S. Judge James Boasberg, who ordered the plane carrying them to turn around. However, they later arrived at the mega prison under a deal where, the White House says, Washington is paying some $6 million to hold them in custody. Lawyers and families dispute that the migrants are Tren de Aragua members. On Tuesday night, the Trump administration argued the deportations did not violate Judge Boasberg's orders. They again said the flights had left U.S. airspace by the time he issued a written order and so had not been required to return. They also invoked a state secret privilege, saying the judge's inquiry was judicial overreach.